Now, listen, I understand on YouTube you gotta pick a side. You either go balls to the wall and you completely shame the other side, make yourself look funny and strong, so that anyone who relates to you or has the same philosophy as you can feel, well, superior. Or you go the completely different side and you also enable everyone believing that you are being very nice to people, being very PC, and end up hurting a huge portion of the population. I'm not interested in doing any of those fucking things. It has reached a point when it stops being funny because we keep repeating the same thing over and over and it just becomes sad. Alright, so this is one of those stories that the title sounds bad, but it becomes worse. Alright, Chinese mukbang streamer dies live on stream after overeating. That's a cause of death, apparently. A Chinese streamer known for her mukbang content died during a live broadcast on July 14th due to overeating. Not heating, eating. Not gonna pronounce the name because I'm terrible with Asian names. A 25-year-old content creator from China reportedly took part in extreme eating challenges where she would consume food for 10 hours straight without any breaks. I don't even sleep that many hours, and she was eating. In one challenge, Xiaoting, I'm gonna pronounce it like that, had consumed multiple meals containing 22 pounds of food. At one point, she had been hospitalized when she suffered gastric bleeding due to her eating habits. And this is where it gets worse, but not the worst. Right? However, she was discharged from the hospital and continued to create mukbang content. I'm laughing because I guess it is still a bit funny, but it gets tiring. The very next day, as fans expressed concern for her. On July 14th, Xiaoting was in the middle of a broadcast when she suddenly died. And I wish I could tell you these were things that are very rare to happen. I guess you've never seen someone dying during a live stream, even though many attempt to do so, right? But I guess in China they use it as a fucking sport. Now, it's not bad. It's not bad enough, all right? Because according to Hank Young, an autopsy revealed that her abdomen was severely deformed and her stomach was found to be full of undigested food. The cause of death was due to overeating. Now, I want you to understand how bad that is. We typically associate with obesity as a cause of death in a sense of like you're gonna get your heart just pumping way too fast, way too much pressure on your arteries, right? You're gonna suffer mini strokes until you actually die without knowing that obesity was causing an issue. There's a multitude of things that can happen when you overeat, okay? Cholesterol, just in general, a bad diet will kill you. But this was not it. This was not a slow death. I want people to understand how fucking crazy of a title this is. I know we're desensitized by how many news we get every day, but this is on a completely different level. To a stomach to be completely deformed, a stomach that can expand and contract very frequently, to be severely deformed, that's some horror movie shit. I'm sorry, but imagine you eating so much that your stomach changes. And unprocessed food. People, I'm 25 and I've recently started swallowing pills, which is a very shameful thing to admit at this point, but I cannot even think of someone eating, I don't know, a whole crab leg, unprocessed, like without chewing. This has gotta stop. So much so that interesting, for example, as they mentioned in the article, Xiaoting's content was illegal in China. We're talking about China, the crazy-ass fucking country that has no respect for laborers and has all these kooky-ass laws. They illegalized mukbang, essentially, in 2021. They passed an anti-food waste law that would fine media platforms 100,000 Chinese yen, which is around 15,000 US dollars, for hosting content featuring large amounts of overeating. I want you to sink that in. Even China, a completely irresponsible fucking country, even they say this is a bit too far, this is bad. Let's create a law against this. Shit, now that I even think about it, even Russia, the current country that says that Ukraine is full of Nazis, even they ban GMOs, genetically modified food, or any kind of variants in that regard. How can these crazy-ass countries do better than, I'm not gonna just say United States, honestly just the Western world in general? We ban tobacco, right? At the very least, we impose an age limit. We control alcohol. In the United States, it's even more severe as you have to be 21 to drink. You can kill people at 17 or drive a car at 16 and kill people with a car. But I guess drinking only 21. And somehow food is just unregulated. even though it's one of the leading causes of death. I don't understand this. But unfortunately, mukbang is not something that is unknown for people. I guess it has been criticized. It's not like it's slipping through the cracks. I think people see Nico Avocado and people know how bad it can get. But they see it visually. I don't feel like they ever feel impacted by that. But to see your favorite streamers just collapse because their stomach was deformed, how does that not wake you up? And this is actually a really cool contrast, right? Because the other side is not good either. This isn't the first time that weight and eating issues have resulted in the death of a Chinese influencer. In 2023, content creator... Why are you doing me like this? Kuyiwa, right, died... that was not it. Died while attempting to lose 200 pounds at a weight loss camp. The user had amassed a following on China's version of TikTok before death. I don't... TikTok is Chinese, right? What the fuck you mean they have another version of it? Jesus Christ. Now, even if I did find a video, I couldn't find a video. And I don't think I have the balls to do that. But I guess the title itself, it should cause some problems with us, but it doesn't. Because we live in such a crazy world that we keep telling people, this could eventually happen. I guess you're not gonna die by unprocessed food, but the calories stay there regardless, you know? And maybe her death was not as terrifying as a heart attack, because you can feel every second of that motherfucker. But I don't know. This ain't it, people. Please, understand that obesity is not an identity, alright? If it's something that you can change if you try hard enough, it's not really part of your identity. Parts of your identity you can force, you know, sexuality, the way you present yourself, I guess, or the thing that makes you comfortable to be. You can change, but you're not gonna feel comfortable. But you will feel comfortable when you lose weight. Your knees are gonna be begging and thanking you after you actually lose weight. Stop making your obesity, I guess, your punchline, because nobody's interested. And the only one really suffering is you. Please stop doing this.